The topic of this Facebook Live, Instagram Live is, it actually got inspired. I got inspired to do this earlier this morning when I was having a chat with one of my clients, and it dawned on me, actually this started with her yesterday, it dawned on me how a lot of the time we have like a misinterpretation of very, very popular quotes or very, very popular sayings, or sometimes how some popular sayings or some popular quotes can be misleading, right? Can be misleading. And so the one that we were talking about was this. She was sharing with me this, it's actually quite popular, and I used to, like repeat that sentence all the time. And the sentence was, do what you love, and then the money will follow. Do what you love, and then the money will. No. Actually, that wasn't okay. That wasn't the sentence. The sentence was, don't focus. There you go. Don't focus on money. Only focus on making a difference in other people's lives. There you go. Right. That's the quote. The quote is, don't focus on money. Only focus on the difference that you are going to make in people's lives, and then automatically. Hello, everybody! Thank you so much for joining me. Hi, Sonia. Hi, who's that? Sandra. Hi, Terry. Thank you so much. Nice to see you here. All right. And so the popular quote is, don't focus on money, only focus on making a difference, only focus on the changes that you are going to make in people's lives, and the money will automatically follow. It was something along the line of that, right? And this is something that I lived by for so many years, and I realized before like a very big click happened in my life or even in my business, I realized how this can actually be misleading, right? Because if you know me at all, if you know anything about, hi Patricia, if you know anything about me at all, right? If you know anything about my work, I always talk about energy, and I always talk about where our mind goes, energy flows, and where energy flows, energy accumulates, and only where energy accumulates, creation happens, right? And so for me, in the past, when I used to hear and or read statements like that, and I'm sure that that's not the intention of the original quote. But what ends up happening is a lot of us take it and we take it as a permission not to take care of our finances, for example, or not to take care of the money part of running a business, not to take care of, or not to focus on the money part of the business. And what ends up happening is when we don't do that, of course, because we're not focusing on it, we can't make that money it becomes a very big struggle to make that money. Why? Because we're ignoring that part of what the business is, right? If you are here and like that this resonates to you, please like give me hearts or thumbs up or something like that. Let me know if like this makes sense to you. Because for me, when I first started in business, because I was all about, okay, I just want to be of service. But what ends up happening is that, like, if you want to make a change in people's lives, if you truly want to make a change in people's lives, then at some point, we have to take care of that part. We have to focus on that part, because otherwise there's only so many people that whose lives you can change, right? There's only so many people at the end whose lives you can change. Because why? Because we are ignoring that part, because it's actually part of it. So the reason why I feel so passionate about this topic, it's because, again, like this is, like this has been me for for a long time. This was me for a long time. And earlier this morning, it actually popped up in me when I was making my goal for the day, right? And like I've talked about this many times, I've shared how, like, when I make a goal, when I say I am going to, like, or it's like telling my brain, right? When you tell your brain, right, energetically, or even like when you just tell your brain, this is what we're doing today. This is what we're creating today. And this applies to every single part of it, actually. It applies to, show me all the ways that I can be of service to my clients. So show me all the ways that I can help somebody. Show me all the ways that I can make my business run so that I can help more people. Show me all the ways to XYZ, right? So this is something that I do in my business now. I make goals. It's like literally telling my brain, telling your brain, this is what we're doing. This is what I'm requesting for you now. And what ends up happening is our brain always goes into work to figure out how it can make it happen for us. But if we don't focus on it, if we like, oh, okay, that part doesn't matter, right? Then the most important part of why we're doing what we do in our work will end up breaking down. And the other thing that I want to say about that, the other thing that I wanted to talk about when it comes to this point is that when I hear that, right, this is actually a big deal. When I hear that, a lot of the times we have this underlying belief that there's something not so noble about money. There is something like, if you want money, or if you want to create money in your life or in your business, like we say we want it, we say we want to create it, but at the same time, there's this underlining like shame around it, underlining, oh, it's not okay for me to ask. It's not very noble for me to ask. So for me, one thing that I do, and from the moment I started doing that, a lot of things changed, especially financially, right? It's not even about like one particular person has to give you some particular money. That's not even what it's about. It's about, oh, I'm telling my brain, I'm telling the universe, this is what I am putting myself up, I'm making myself up available to receive. This is what I'm making myself available to receive. Okay, give me 1 second. I feel like I may not have shared. I don't think I shared this properly. I apologize. Give me 1 second. Right, anyway, so if anyone, if you've been around me at all, or if you've been in my business, or if you worked with me, you know that actually for me, the number one thing that comes into play when it comes to the work that I do has everything to do with me being of service. And me, I'm always coming on a call. I'm always coming, whether it's a free video or whether it's like even with this Facebook Live, or no matter what it is that I'm doing, my primary focus is like, when I'm going live, what is this live going to do? Like, what transformation can this do? Maybe it'll create some sort of click for somebody, right? Whether it's this Facebook Live, or whether it's in my free workshops, or whether it's in my courses, or whether it's no matter what, whether it's like a private sessions or stuff like that. And anybody that works with me knows that, like group calls, anybody that works with me knows that I over-deliver always, right? So when I am in front of a human being, the human being doesn't have like the dollar sign on their forehead, right? That's not the point of this, like that human contact. Always the human contact purpose is, how can I be of service, right? How can my being make a transformation in this person's life? Or like, how can I make it so that this person is better off, going better off when they leave our conversation than when they came to the conversation, so on and so forth. But at the same time, I have all these other opportunities that I made available, right? For anybody to take anything to the next level with me, for anybody that is willing to get into deeper work with me and stuff like that. And that actually helps me, right? If you're in business at all, like this will make, like, I hope this makes sense, right? That will also help you run your business so that you can actually reach and impact more and more people. Because I was able to charge high, Tracy, charge money for my services. Because of that, 2 years ago, when I started this particular business, because of that, I can now run Facebook ads. I can, on a bigger scale, I can reach more people on a bigger scale. I can share my energy work, or I can share my energy exercises with many more people now for free. Actually, for free. Many more people have access to that for free now than they will have had even 2 years ago, or that they will have had if I didn't have the ability to run it that way, right? And so for me, even when, like at the time when I will just do the work and not focus. Again, it's the key word here is focus. It doesn't mean that we can focus on, again, it's not about not focusing on being of service. But what I'm saying is having the ability to focus on being of service, but at the same time focusing on the money part, because at the end of the day it's not even separate, right? At the end of the day, the more you're able to focus on on running the financial part of your business, the more you're able to focus that, the more you are able to be of service, the more you are able to change people's lives in the world, right? And again, this all comes down to all that, that underlining concept we have about, in my opinion, right? That's my own personal opinion. Underlining belief or like shame around money, or, just like consciously we want it, but in our subconscious, it seems like we've been so trained around money to feel like kind of like, like consciously we're not aware of it, but in the back of our mind, it feels like it, right? It feels like we don't actually want it, right? We don't actually want it. I hope this all makes sense. I just wanted to share that with you quickly because this is something that popped up yesterday and today. And what I do now, right? What I do now is in the morning, this helps. Try this, right? If you are in business, if you are whether you are like like a coach, whether you have any sort of, whether you give services or you have products, you're a web designer, whatever it is that you do, if you wake up in the morning and make a choice to telling your brain by like, this is what I like doing, like writing down what it is that I'm going to receive. I'm opening myself up to receive today, right? Writing it down with much gratitude, it's like telling your brain, this is what we're doing, this is what I'm asking for. Otherwise, it doesn't know what to give me. Otherwise, everything just goes randomly. Everything just goes randomly. And so for me, it's about focusing on being of service, but at the same time, even focusing on money is also focusing on being of service. But the primary thing is being of service and making a transformation. And when I say making a transformation, a lot of the time I've said that. When I say that, it's making a transformation for others and also for myself. Because hands down, me doing the work that I've been doing in the past, like 2.5, actually I think it's been 3 years now. Funny enough, right? Me having been able to do the work that I have been able to do in the past 3 years or so has helped me expand, oh my God, emotionally, spiritually, like you name it, so much, right? Which has always been my primary reason for going into this business, was to be of service to others and also to help myself grow, right, to help myself grow spiritually. Actually, for me, it was much more spiritual than anything else. And I knew that the more I was of service to others, the more, like, the faster I was going to grow. And I was right? And I was so right about that, because, like, and you know, the fastest way to learn is to teach. The fastest way to learn, to grow, is to share what it is that you have yourself awakened to. And in the process of doing that, more and more and more huge awakenings come to you, right? Huge awakenings come to you. All right, so hello everybody. Thank you so much. Thanks for the thumbs up. Hi Diana, how are you? Long time no see. Well, I think I just chatted with you of like a message a few minutes ago, earlier today, I believe. How are you? Where are you joining me from? And if you have any questions about this topic, please feel free to ask. I feel like this didn't share at all. Somehow, some way. Let me see. All right, so let me see. No questions. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. Where our mind goes, energy flows. Where our energy flows, energy accumulates. Where energy accumulates, creation happens. Where our focus goes, creation happens also. So no matter what it is that we're wanting to create, whether it's something in relationship, right? We have to pay attention. We have to kind of give it some sort of focus. Whether it is getting more clients in our business, we have to pay it some sort of focus, right? How? Like by maybe doing Facebook Lives, by nurturing people that are in our audience, by growing an audience. That's how we pay attention to like, if we want to get more clients to whom we want to be of service, that means that we have to be of service to people already, right? Which means, again, creating content and sharing stuff like that. Now, just creating content, just doing Facebook Lives, just doing Instagram Lives, just showing up alone is not actually enough. Believe it or not, it's not enough to receive money in your business, right? Another thing that we can focus on is what? Focus on money. And there shouldn't be any shame around it. There shouldn't be any, in my opinion, right? There shouldn't be any, you get to choose whatever it is that you want, right? You get to choose. Diana says, I'm new here and I want to know about your topic. Okay, that's what I was just sharing. So I'm just finishing up now. I have 5 minutes before I have to get on the call. So when you get a chance, please watch the replay. But the topic is like, I was sharing about how a lot of the time some very common popular quotes can be maybe the reasons why we may be struggling, having a lot of struggles in certain areas in our lives. One of them being, don't focus on money. This is the particular topic we were talking about today, was don't focus on money. Only focus on being of service or serving others, and then money will automatically follow, or something like that, something along the line of that. And I was just sharing how focus matters, and that it's like, like if you have a lover, a husband, loved one, like if we don't pay attention to them, like nothing happens, right? It's the same thing. Where our mind goes, where focus goes, creation happens. What ends up happening when we don't focus, right? When we follow that sentence or that quote literally, what ends up happening is things like lack of focus. Don't focus also means don't check your bank account, don't make sales, don't make offers, don't stuff like that. That's like underlining. That's what ends up happening. And of course, when we do that, then there is no result. When we do that, there's no result. This applies to whether you are in business or not, by the way, right? One thing that I like to do a lot lately is journaling, right? Whether you are in business or not, there are so many different ways to allow money to come into your life. And if you will accept and be in alignment with it and be okay, make yourself okay with, oh yes, I'm ready to receive this, you will figure out, you'll find ways, right? You will find ways to receive. Or your brain will figure out ways for you to receive it. It works magic. It works wonders. All right, so that's it for my topic today. Thank you so much for showing up live with me and hanging out with me. I'll talk to you soon. If you don't know about my live event coming up, my Sedona live retreat coming up, it's coming up June 8th to June the 10th. June 8th to June the 10th. It's again happening in Sedona, Arizona. If you want to know more about it, go to Dihessa.com/Sedona, Dihessa.com/Sedona. It's going to be life transforming and it's going to be a lot of fun. Talk to you soon. Bye. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel by hitting the subscribe button right below this video, and also make sure that you hit the notification bell so that you are notified when I post videos just like this one. Bye.